Welcome to Hoops. Zooted. Very somber edition of of my show this week. You know, got my bong with me. Honestly, I don't even remember what I packed in here today. I think it might be Cushman sour diesel, Cushman Smith with sour diesel. I don't. Who gives a fuck? Let me get to the fucking point. Let me take a hit first. Yeah. Laker fans, this sucks. This really fucking sucks. Yeah. So anyway, as you all may know, it's a fucking shitstorm right now. 3-9 since the in-season tournament, and we just played Memphis last night. Darvin came out in the pregame presser and was defiant about the 6 sources that have now come out, apparently. And I guess I'm getting a little ahead of myself there. Like, actually, on Thursday, the first bombshell dropped. And the first bombshell was that there are 6 sources within the organization who are fed up with Darvin Ham and don't feel like he's taking the team in the right direction. Now, obviously, we don't know who those 6 sources are. Now, it could be players, could be coaches, could be a combination of both. Could even be people in the front office. Anyway, 6 sources is damning. You're always going to have like 1 or 2 dissenters, no matter what the team is. There's always going to be like 1 or 2 guys who are like, I'm not quite buying it. But like, that's not enough to like fracture a team usually. And yeah, it's not usually enough to get a coach fired either. But 6 sources. 6 fucking sources. So anyway, to get back to last night, he comes out in the pregame presser and, rather than kind of seeing the writing on the wall and changing his tune, he gets defiant and doubles down. And acts like the 6 sources, it was practically like he was, bullying the 6 sources to come out and put their name on it. And like, I don't think a lot of people understand or appreciate why there are anonymous sources in journalism. And, I think those of us that are on Twitter, there's an easy way to boil this down. I think all of you have seen some of these crazy fans on Twitter, send out death threats and just act generally crazy to a lot of these players, a lot of these owners even. And if we knew who those 6 players were or players, or even who those 6 people were, I don't even know if they're players. I shouldn't say players because we don't know. But whoever those 6 people are, if we knew who they were, people on the internet would be going crazy because there's a bunch of people who'd be wanting to harm those people. And that's why we have to have those sources anonymous. Now, I understand it's this whole like macho thing of like, you got to say it to my face. But sometimes when there's power involved and things like this, and also, the power of social media is involved in this as well, and the power of, rabid fans, they have to protect these people. So everybody calm down about the 6 sources. You don't need to know who the 6 sources are. All you need to know is that those 6 people felt enough pressure that they didn't think there was any other way than to talk to the press about this kind of way, because they'd probably before that tried other avenues within the organization to try and fix things. If they're going to the press, it's probably because every fucking possibility has been exhausted. So I want people to understand that about why sources are anonymous, and people need to back off about that. And as a head coach, if you come out and you've been accused of that, and then you're defiant and you want to, like, especially in this day and age with what we've got going on with so many politicians acting like that, like, really bad look, Darvin. Really, really bad look. But wait, it gets fucking worse. So actually, I got to take another drink, clear my throat a little bit here. I'm going to play a little bit of music here before I get into the next one, because I'm about to get real heated, because I'm really fucking pissed off today. Really fucking pissed off. So deep breaths. I'll be back in a minute. Love y'all. I don't know why it keeps doing that to me. Weird little thing here, StreamYard. I don't know what's going on. I turned loop track off, and you keep doing that, and only with that track. But anyway, no big deal. Vibe here is chill. That's why I have that track. At least I try and keep a chill vibe here. But fucking Darvin. Motherfucking Darvin. Bear with me if I have to pause here a few times. I'm trying not to get my blood pressure up too high, because I'm really fucking pissed right now. After the game, Lakers did lose, and actually, I usually start this podcast with a recap of the week's games, and yeah, if you're wondering why I've just kind of forgone that and dove straight into this, it's because it's that fucking serious. And Darvin Ham, in my opinion, is a tumor that needs to be removed as soon as possible. And this sucks that I have to say this, because I've been saying on my timeline ever since last year, be patient with him. This is only his first year as a head coach, and even this year, this is only his second year as head coach. Be patient with him. He's still learning on the job. He does some things well. All these things to defend him. And we lost the Grizzlies last night, and he got up on that podium and he shit on every single Lakers fan and Lakers Nation. And I'm that's not an exaggeration. I don't think any of you will feel that's an exaggeration either. When you're the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, with great power comes great responsibility. So first off, when you're complaining that, other teams seem to come in and they always shoot really good against us. Hey, man, that's part of the fucking territory. This is Los Angeles, man. Like, we have 18 trophies. People hate us because they ain't us. So that comes with the territory. You can't complain about that. If you complain about that, you look like an asshole. And you look like an asshole right now, Darvin, among a lot of other things. But then the coup de fucking gras, the cherry on top, the final fucking insult from this son of a bitch to come out and tell us, I wish that people would stop living and dying by these games so much. Like motherfucker, like here, like, excuse me while I take a deep breath and let the sound bites speak for me for a second.
With this cancel culture and the... Shut up! Shit! Shut the fuck up! Nobody wants to hear it, fucker. You've been talking all fucking week. You don't care what you have to say, just stop talking. You got me right in my fucking head, asshole. Stop. Damn it. With this cancel culture and the... Shut up! Shit! Shut the fuck up! Nobody wants to hear it, fucker. You've been talking all fucking week. You don't care what you have to say, just stop talking. You got me right in my fucking head, asshole. Stop. Damn it.
I couldn't help myself. I had to play it twice. Yeah, shut the fuck up, Darvin. Shut the fuck up. Like, when you signed that contract, did you somehow not know that you were going to be the head coach of the Los Angeles fucking Lakers? Did you fucking not know that? Because that's what you're fucking acting like right now. Like, you had no fucking clue. Like, this is some big surprise to you. Like, oh shit, people are coming for our heads. Oh, I had no fucking idea it was like that here. Are you fucking serious? I am so goddamn mad right now. As a Lakers fan who's been here for 44 fucking years, for the first time, like, I'm seriously considering, like, not watching this fucking game on Sunday. Like, this is some bullshit. I don't want to see him on the fucking sidelines. Like, how can you come out? How can you allow a coach to come out and just slap us fans in the face like that? And after going 3-9 over the last 12 games, 3-9, and you know, we're almost at the same record we were last year. You know, different paths, same results. Like, we're only a few games off of it. It's fucking maddening. It's absolutely maddening. It's obvious now who the fucking cancer is. And like, you know, I've even like felt like I've had to be contrite on my Twitter feed and like tell everybody, like, I'm sorry that I told everybody to, you know, take it one game at a time, or, you know, realize that it is just a game, or, you know, it's a marathon, not a sprint. You know, I apologize. I apologize profusely. I had no idea this coach was just a dumbass and an asshole. And I'm angry and embarrassed as a Laker fan. Like, embarrassed for what we've done to LeBron and AD. Like, AD, like, he has been busting his fucking ass this year. Just makes me so fucking mad. And we have a cancer in the fucking locker room. You know, that's why, you know, I've got a new background up here today. This is, you know, for the first time since I've been doing this content creation here on Twitter, you know, like, Laker fans have united. Like, a lot of times we're bickering and arguing over a lot of little things because we don't agree on a lot of little things. And, you know, we have different agendas, different players that we like, different players we'd like to see get minutes. So there's a lot of like bickering and fighting, but like today, it's been a united front, an absolute united front. Like, I haven't seen anybody that's still willing to defend Ham. So, you know, that's why I've got the new background here. And anyway, you know, back to like what we're doing to LeBron. Like, this this is terrible. And LeBron, if by some chance you ever see this video or whatever, or see my tweet, I wrote out a tweet today, like, I want to say sincerely, thank you. Thank you for everything you've done for this franchise. I really appreciate it. And I'm saying this to you because, it looks like this season is fucking cooked. And we're wasting another fucking year of your fucking greatness. And it's really, really fucking sad. And we wasted, this front office wasted a lot of years of Kobe's greatness too, to be fair also. And I'm still bitter about that. And I'm just really angry today. And I just want to say that, but I'm grateful to you. I'm grateful to AD, and I'm grateful to that entire 2020 team for winning us that one chip and helping us mourn Kobe, because that was important. Lakers fans needed that, but we were just hoping for one more here in the year of Kobe, and it's heartbreaking, to be 2 games under 500 in the year of Kobe. Honestly, it fucking sucks. Yeah, and these are, yeah, I am crying a little bit of real tears over this shit. And yeah, you can, you guys can make fun of me. I don't care. That's fine. This is some fucking dog shit. And I'm really angry at the organization. I'm really angry at Darvin Ham, because I feel like he sold us a false bill of goods, all of us, like the front office, everybody, and we all bought it. And the guy's too stubborn to surround himself with smart people. He just thinks that he is the smart guy. And let me tell you something, as somebody who's been on this earth for 52 years, there's no such thing as a self-made man. Like, look around you, look at every great person. I wish Kobe was still fucking here, because he would agree with me and tell you the same fucking thing. Like, you can work as hard as you want, but you still need the people around you to help elevate you to truly be great. And we are all better together and stronger together. But Darvin thinks he's a fucking island. And it's frustrating. And as a Laker fan, I'm pissed off. And I think a lot of you are pissed off too. And I don't know where we go from here. I tweeted out that, right before the game yesterday, I just have a sick feeling in my stomach. By Monday, Phil Handy is going to be the coach of this team. And it looks like it might even be before that. Because it seems ridiculous to me that now we're hinging this on the Clippers game, because the Clippers right now, they've got a clearly better team than us. So we're going to hinge this, if this team can somehow climb the mountain tomorrow and beat the Clippers, we somehow let Darvin hang on by a thread again and just continue to torture us fans. I don't know. I love this team. And my talk about probably not watching the game it's not true. I'll probably watch the game, because the other side of this too, that I want people to understand, is that part of the reason that I put a lot of energy in this team is that I used to be a drug addict and a drunk, and I used to put a lot of energy into it. And what I do now here, being dedicated to every game and doing all this content creation, is me kind of refocusing a lot of that addict energy into a better place. And So I don't think Darvin Ham understands how much this means to a lot of us. And there were some people that came into spaces on Twitter today, and had some really raw stuff and personal stuff about their stuff, and yeah, it's not just me. There's a lot of us that are hurting, and these games are an escape. And to tell us to not care so much anymore, it's just some bullshit. Like, I could understand if this team was young and we were building towards something, and all we had was hope. Like those kinds of things will fly with the fan base. We can take that a little bit more in stride. But Darvin, you've never once sat down in any of those press conferences. Never once have I seen you sit down and take accountability and just fall on the sword. Just once, if you just come out there and say, hey, it's on me. I need to do better. The whole team needs to do better. But just once say, hey, it's on me. Look at every goddamn great coach that's come before you. That's what they did. Accountability. And you're not doing it. Every time it's this fucking like bullshit fucking everything's roses kind of fucking picture you're trying to paint for us. And we're not fucking stupid, Darvin. You treat us like we're stupid, but we're not fucking stupid. So, anyway, I normally would have a lot more that I planned for this podcast. Probably going to do a longer one. I usually do like at least an hour. But, this one's probably going to just be a little bit shorter just because this is really all about Darvin, and Darvin needs to fucking go. And Darvin Ham is a terrorist. So, anyway, excuse me. I'll be right back. Let's take another musical interlude, and let me take a couple more hits and try and relax, because I am getting really worked up again, and I'm pissed off. And yes, those of you that are watching me on video, those were real tears coming down my face. Yeah, laugh at me all you want. Yeah, this shit means something to me. Anyway, I'll be back in a minute. Anyway, I'm back now. Feeling a little calmer again now, at least for the moment. But I also want to talk about viable solutions. The one thing, like they've already talked about Phil Handy possibly being the successor, and I'm not super excited about that, but I'm not also disappointed in that, because the one thing about Phil that I do like is that I get a good feeling that he's at least well respected in the locker room, and I don't feel like Darvin is respected right now. So yeah, I'm I am, and at this point, like, he's much better than a coach who's lost this team. And that's what Darvin is at this point. Darvin is a lame duck who has lost this team completely. And rather than like calm down and, realize the error of his ways and negotiate with other grown men, he has dug his heels in and acted like he is the king. And this isn't fucking high school anymore. You can't act like a high school coach just because you're the head coach. I think so many people have a misperception of what it's like to coach pro sports. These are grown men making millions of dollars. You can't just come in there, yell and scream and bark at them and expect them to just jump. This is not the military. They are making lots of money. They have lots of power and influence themselves. So, and whether other fans like this or not, because, I always get kind of plenty of pushback when I talk about these things. And whether you like it or not as a fan, it's unfortunately the reality. So you just have to fucking deal with it. So it's not easy to coach grown men who are making millions of dollars. It's not easy you can't just tell them what to do. You can't dig your heels in and be a fucking dictator. You have to make artful negotiations and you have to work together. Cooperation. They taught you that in kindergarten, Darvin. Cooperation. You dumb motherfucker. Anyway. Calm down. It is just a game, but it is also not just a game to a lot of us. And I want to explain why. I say that on my timeline a lot. And part of it is it's kind of a coping thing. And it's also, as I feel like as the, kind of elder statesman on Twitter, there's a few other, older tweeters, but like, a lot of the tweeters seem to be like younger. Like I kind of feel the responsibility to kind of calm people down and like ground them and stuff like that. But in honesty, like, to me personally, this is way more than a fucking game. Like, basketball has done a lot for me over the years. Like, it's pulled me out a lot of depressions. It's been there for me in a lot of lonely times, because it's something that you can do by yourself and work on by yourself. And, those of you that have, kind of, had your own basketball and like kept that thing with you and carried that thing with you everywhere, even slept with it, you know what I'm talking about. I was one of those kids. Like, I was never that great at this game. Like I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I never played a high level. I'm closer to Rudy than I am to Mike. I'm not that great. I'll get knocked down a lot, but I get right back up and I can do this all fucking day. So I'm dedicated to this game. I love this game, and this game means a lot to me. So it is more than just a game. And I'm going to work on not saying that on the timeline so much, because the truth in my heart, it's way more than a fucking game to me. And I think it is for a lot of you too. So anyway, I think that's, I think I got maybe one last thing to throw in about Darvin. It's time to fire him because
I hate to sell out because they put me in the race. I play KRS and throw that ass off the stage.
So time to get him the fuck out of here. Thanks to Showbiz there. Anyway, I love you all. And that means just one thing before we wrap this all up.
It's time for historical
Yes, it is time. Time for Historical Stoner Circle. And today I'd like to talk about Darvin. You know, because in a previous episode, I had him as one of the, people we would pick for gas or pass, and I passed. And I'm fucking glad I passed. I'm glad I passed, I have to say, because, I was cool with you back then, Darvin. And, I remember my reasoning was like, I'd kind of like to, but I think I might get a little bit too angry about what's been going on with things. And so, like, obviously it'd been in the back of my fucking head and I'd been in denial about it anyway. So anyway, like, I'm glad I passed. And yeah, I'd never fucking smoke one with you, Darvin. Get the fuck off my team. Get the fuck off my team. I'm fucking sick of this shit. So anyway, yeah, it's making me feel like Bane here.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was already a man. By then it was nothing to me but bright light.
So anyway, Darvin, get the fuck off my team. I'm sick of your shit. I've had it. Just no fucking more. Anyway, deep breath for me before I calm out. Let me calm down. And everybody, peace out and stay zooted.
In the history of mankind, men have been called out and written up millions of times over. But only one man was written up for, and I quote, making barnyard noises and wouldn't stop. Rest in power, my friend. Washiko.